So one of the things that Leisure Society does with these frames and all of the frames that they make that I really like and I can really relate to in a very direct way. So they have this key, and you can see it here on the cleaning cloth. Let's see if I can show that. So there's the key. Now that key is also on the cleaning cloth. It's also on the inside of the temples. And if you get the sunglasses, they laser engrave it onto the lens itself. And what I really like about it is that key symbolizes remembering what's important. So the key to life is to spend quality time with family and friends and loved ones. And this is certainly something that echoes with my experience. As many of you know, a couple of years ago, I got hit by a drunk driver and almost killed. And I spent more than half a year in the hospital. It put me in a wheelchair. One of the things that I learned as I was sitting in the hospital wondering, am I going to survive? You know, I had heart surgery. I had several other types of surgeries. One of the things that I was not thinking about was I was not thinking about my job. I was not thinking about how much money I made or what kind of house I had or what kind of car I drive or many of the other things that seem to fascinate us so much. What I was thinking about was, what kind of impact have I made on the world? You know, how have I treated people? How will I be remembered? Have I loved my children enough? Have I treated my wife the way she deserves to be treated? Have I brought joy and love into their lives? And I also thought about people that I knew, where I knew the face, but I didn't really know the name, people at your neighborhood grocery store or people that you interact with every day. And I wondered, why don't I know their name? Why don't I know something about them? Why don't I look them in the eyes and listen to them when they talk? And I was certainly thinking about those people while I was laying in the hospital. So all of those casual people that you meet, take the time to look them in the eyes. When you ask them how they're doing, mean it. And share that love and joy with everyone. The world is hard enough today. It needs more love and joy. And if that's one thing that we can do while the world seems to be on fire, then it's a pretty easy thing to do. Make it a point to make every contact, every human contact in your life meaningful. The other thing I noticed is that we always seem to be looking for good, and it's always somewhere in the future. You know, whatever it is, right? There's always some constellation of things that we feel like need to happen before we can be happy, and it's always in the future. You don't know that you have that time. I almost died on May 7th, 2023, but I'm here. I woke up in a hospital and I was in pain, but that pain was telling me I'm here, and I'm here for my wife, and I'm here for my family. I have a chance to fight for my life, and so that's what I did. And I'm still doing it. So the lesson here, I think, is look for all the good that's happening in your life. Right here, right now, right where you are. When you start doing that, you'll start realizing there's so much good going on all the time. And look for every proof of God's care. I think it will so dramatically change your perspective on life. It's a real game changer. So, and of course, never let a word leave your lips to a loved one that couldn't stand as the last word you ever said to them. So that's one of the reasons why I like Leisure Society. I think that was probably a little deep for an eyewear review, but it is meaningful to me. And shout out to Shane Baum. Thank you for all you're doing